Alabasta is special, as it's the only one of the original 20 kingdoms whose leader chose not to move to Marijua to become a celestial dragon. Alabasta was also rumored to have an ancient weapon, which is why Crocodile sought to conquer it, but it only had a poneglyph which revealed the location of Pluton in Wano. But perhaps Crocodile's beliefs weren't completely unfounded, and Alabasta did have an ancient weapon, but in the past. The final ancient weapon, Uranus, seems to currently be in the possession of the world government, which they use in conjunction with the Mother Flame to destroy Lulusia Kingdom. This weapon is likely what caused the flood, which raised the world sea level to rise so much in the first place during the Void Century War. Now we know Oda has sprinkled foreshadowing of the overarching story of One Piece and the Void Century War within many of the smaller arcs in the series, or perhaps it's more accurate to say that every arc in One Piece is merely a derivative of this one epic story that Oda has been setting up. From what we know about the Void Century War so far, it seems to resemble the plot of the Alabasta arc more than any other arc. The fact that Vegapunk studied the past, yet couldn't determine which side was in the right, tells you that this war wasn't an uprising against an obviously evil usurper like most One Piece arcs. It was most likely a war between two benevolent factions, who were tricked into fighting each other by Imu, the same way that Crocodile manipulated Alabasta to enter a civil war. The fact that the 20 kingdoms were willing to wage war with the Enormous Kingdom and Joy Boy's faction, which included Wano and Fishman Island, which each has ancient weapons, suggests to me that they at least had one of their own. A weapon named after a sky god that shoots down projectiles from the clouds and causes floods as a result, to me is very symbolic of rain, so I think it's very likely that Uranus belonged to Alabasta in the past and was then stolen by Imu.